Very, very quiet hall here. We've got just a couple of people really hanging out.
Used to be a bunch of noises, been reduced quite a bit.
Yeah, like I hear this buzzing and I'm like, is that just the lights? Now I'm hearing I can hear the lights.
Mm-hmm.
A little electrical buzzing. Gotten so quiet in here.
How do you shuffle in under 3 minutes in Swiss?
That would be nice to find out. I don't know. So if you're just joining us, you're just in time to watch the finals of the StarCityGames.com Legacy Open here in Providence, Rhode Island. I'm Joey Pasco, joined in the booth by Adam Prosak, and we've got Rug Delver versus 12 Post. Elliott Wolchesky, who top-aided yesterday's Standard Open, versus Jeremiah Rudolph. And
he's been playing since 8 a.m. today.
Yeah, he was here as early as we were.
He was actually part of a pretty epic semi-final match. He was not victorious, but he's been playing pretty much non-stop.
Yeah.
It's quite impressive. I'm actually really jealous of his ability to go back get 2 top 8s in the same weekend.
Yeah.
I've never been able to do that, and really haven't come close.
It's hard, I think, sometimes to not only to do that well, but just to even wrap your head around a different format all of a sudden. You know what I mean? Like you're playing one format, you know, which has a certain kind of, you know, you're playing one constructed format. It's got a certain kind of metagame, and then you're like, what deck am I playing in Legacy?
Pace and feels, I definitely takes me like a little bit to get adjusted. I definitely in between like rounds of it, formats of an invitational, I'll like draw my deck and like kind of finger through my deck.
Right, kind of look at it and remind yourself of the other format.
Definitely get it readjusted.
So we've got a Volcanic Island from Elliott and a turn 1 Delver. Pass it back to Jeremiah. Jeremiah draws for the first turn. Looks like he may have a top off of a fetch land or something else off of a fetch land. It is top off of a fetch land. And we're going to take a look at what does he grab.
He can only grab
a trop.
He can grab a basic island.
Goes with a trop.
Yeah.
And Elliott going to take a look. Going to take a look. Decides, well, that's not going to flip Delver because it is another Delver. It's got a Tarmogoyf, a Delver, a Brainstorm, and I didn't see what else. So he's thinking. All right, I'm going to swing with my Delver Secrets for 1. I'm going to knock Jeremiah to 18.
I like Jeremiah's play of just giving Elliott the juicy targets for the Wastelands. Because he may want to he's going to want to keep his Cloud Post in play if he can help it.
So Elliott going to Brainstorm here after combat.
A monster Brainstorm, yeah. Tropical Island, Daze, and Force of Will.
Pretty sweet Brainstorm.
Given that he has a second Delver of Secrets in his hand,
he basically
Jeremiah's looking at a
land Delver
again
double
a
flip.
turn 5 kill. Once again.
So he can certainly set that up. Play land, play Delver number 2, and they are ready to flip, ready for action.
Yeah, and there's no way I don't think there's any way.
There's a Scalding Tarn.
Oh,
he is not even going to try to set up a flip. Huh. I don't know that I like that.
I think that's like one of Elliott's.
It was almost like the turn 2 Sword of War and Peace, right? Like in Standard when you'd be like, turn 1 birds, turn 2 sword, and then you'd go like equip and start attacking on the bird. And it was like just such a great opener, but like he forgot to equip it or something.
Yeah.
You know, it was just like, wait, what? You just had a great opener, and I mean, he still has a second Delver. He still could flip it, but I don't like the. I mean, he could have.
In the event that Elliott has a second Brainstorm, I could see that and wanted to get rid of like maybe a couple extra lands or something like that.
Okay.
Had a couple bad cards that he really needed to get rid of.
Jeremiah, in the meantime, though, has a Brainstorm of his own, and it's resolving, so. Insectile aberration flying around the booth now.
The way Jeremiah's deck set up, his deck is a bunch of 1-mana cards, 6 huge monsters, and 4 show and tells. So there's not much to daze, actually.
Jeremiah tanking on his brainstorm. And looks like he's decided on 2.
I believe one of them is going to be a Bajuka Bog.
He's got 2 there that he wants to put back. Yeah, and he does. Okay, so brainstorm done. And play land number 2, which is a Basuba copying Tropical Island. Interesting.
Wow.
And Elliott untaps. And does he flip the Delvers? Flips the Delvers off of a Spell Snare. Almost called a Spell Pierce.
That card is basically dead.
Yeah, unfortunately Elliott can't side out before game 1 even if he knows his opponent's list.
Yeah.
So then it pitches to Force of Will, and he's got Force of Will. So
it's a very valuable quality.
I mean, it's something.
Very valuable trait.
It's
Flips Delver, pitches to Force of Will. Can't be that bad.
Absolutely. So in for 6 with 2 flipped Delvers for Elliott Wolchesky. Jeremiah Rudolph on a 2-turn clock. Can he deal with the 2 Delvers or find a way to go over the top? I don't know that he can. Right now he's just got 2 regular old mana. Okay, he's extended the clock so far just by gaining
perhaps
1 life. At this point, looking at we were looking at a 2-turn clock. Right now it's going to take 3.
Yeah, 2-turn clock plus a life.
Yeah, so it'll be a 3-turn clock unless Elliott has a way to just apply more pressure, just a little bit more damage. Looks to me like Elliott has access to Daze, Spell Pierce, double Force of Will, and Spell Snare. So Spell Snare going to get pitched to Force most likely.
There's our extra damage.
There's that extra damage. So
why not?
A lightning bolt off the top for Elliott, and here come the 2 Delvers, and we've got a repeal. Okay, so a repeal. Daze not so great. So that was a repeal that, of course, only costs 1 because Delver has 0 converted mana cost when it's flipped.
That's actually very important for Jeremiah now that Elliott has Spell Pierce available.
Yeah, if I'm Elliott, go ahead and force this. I think that's what I do too. Force it, removing Spell Snare as we suspected. Elliott's going to take a damage from that.
Yeah, there's not too many cards Jeremiah can have that you truly care about.
And we're going to see repeal number 2.
And this should get Spell Pierced.
Yeah, and that's what's going to happen here. Spell Pierce, says Elliott. And that happens. So Jeremiah's going to drop to 7 here.
Right.
Or does he have? He has.
Jeremiah,
he's going
the
to top
best
here.
you can do is repeal and show and tell. I don't think any of that's coming close to happening.
No, we already know Elliott has more counter backup.
Yeah. Yeah, Jeremiah would need 2 spells, and it has to be. And they have to cost less than 4 mana combined.
And wait, what does Elliott have left in hand? He has Force of Will, but does he have Force of Will Lightning Bolt? Does he have anything else? Oh, Daze, that's right. Okay, so he can force the show and tell, which cannot be dazed, but it can be force. Force of Will for your show and tell, leaving Elliott with lone card in hand, and that is a Lightning Bolt. And I wonder, do you just bolt him at the end of turn? And
absolute perfect.
And there's an expedition map from Jeremiah and a pass back. Bolt you end of turn and go to game 2. 7 minutes in, Elliott has dispatched Jeremiah Rudolph in game 1. And we'll see if these guys can actually, here's 7 minutes. 10 minutes, are we going to be playing, you think, at 10 minutes after 3 minutes?
Yeah.
They have 3 minutes to sideboard?
I'm going to say no. So while these gentlemen are sideboarding, let's do some trivia.
Let's do some trivia. So,
guess what? We get to win 1 year.
We don't get to win it.
Oh, we don't?
No, but we get to ask a question and give you guys the opportunity to win it.
Can I win 1 year instead? Can I answer?
You can answer, but Shoebox, you won't pick him, will you? Good, thank you. He says no. He says no.
Fortunate. All right, I guess
so you give them the rundown.
One of you guys.
I'll get the question ready.
Joey Pasco, my co-host this week, is about to ask you one trivia question. If you answer correctly, and you answer by tweeting your answers to hashtag SCGPremium right there, and our director will choose one at random, one correct answer at random, and if you are the lucky winner, you will receive 1 year of Star City Premium. So that's a big deal. I read premium articles pretty much every day. So every day but Saturday and Sunday.
Yeah.
Because
Sometimes
I watch SCG Live on Saturday and Sunday.
No reading on the weekend.
Yeah.
It's just
also, articles don't come out on the weekend.
That too.
So yeah, actually quite the prize. Disappointed I can't win it. And Joe Pasco, I believe, has a.
I'm looking for a certain deck list here, and I can't find it. I believe we've lost some of our deck lists, and I think they might be over there. But unfortunately, I can't. Oh, here it is. Okay, actually, I found the one I was looking for.
Oh, fantastic!
So there's a deck that made the top 8.
Okay, there are 8 decks that made top 8.
But there's a single deck that I'm talking about that's going to be the answer.
Okay.
There's a deck in the top 8 that played a card recently released in Plane Chase.
So
right?
there's a Plane Chase card
There's a
in
Plane
the
Chase
top
card
8
in
of this tournament.
one of the top 8s. It's a very recently released card. It's a blue card. It's a creature.
Wow.
So I'm giving you guys, narrowing it down for you guys. So.
Delver's Secrets wasn't released in Plane Chase, was it?
I don't know. Could be.
I'm trying to give them some not answers.
Yeah. So what deck in the top 8 played this recently released creature from Plane Chase, a blue creature? Really.
Do you want the deck name or the creature name?
The deck name.
You want the deck name?
Yeah. I'll take the deck name.
Okay.
So,
what deck?
Yeah. You figure out how to word that, Shoebox. You got it. All right. So he can tweet it. So you guys just tweet your answer with the hashtag SCGPremium, and we'll see it. One random correct answer will win 1 year of premium. So,
all right,
you got a 1 out of 8 chance, even if you just guess.
That's true.
It's a deck that plays a blue creature.
It's a blue creature from Plane Chase.
Could be a deck that plays Delver of Secrets.
It could be.
If Delver of Secrets was released in Plane Chase, then.
Maybe
That might be on.
I was trying to get some free answers for you guys, but Joe he's a tough nut to crack over here.
You know, I got to make it a little difficult for the 1 year of premium.
Yeah. You got to know what's up. All right. How are these gentlemen going to sideboard?
Now this is something.
Sideboards here.
We kind of talked about this before the match.
Right.
For the most part, so we saw on Jeremiah's side, Chalice of the Void seems key. He's also got Tabernacle, but I think he'll bring it in, even if it's not as good as
it might be. It was against like goblins, for example.
Right, because goblins are more likely to have multiple threats. And
what do you think he'll take out? Some candidates are some of his non-mana making lands. He has a Glacial Chasm.
Mm-hmm.
That seems okay. Mm-hmm. Very good against non-wasteland cards.
Sure.
He has a Bajuka Bog. That seems okay. There's an Eye of Ugin that seems very excessive.
Mm-hmm.
Once he gets that much mana, I don't think he needs a.
He's in a position to win with that much mana, so.
I think if Jeremiah were to spend 7 mana in a single turn, he wins.
Yeah.
But that being said, there's not a ton of things. I may cut the Candelabra of Tawnos. But that's only 1 card.
Mm-hmm.
I may cut the Crop Rotations because they're very likely to get countered.
Yeah.
However, they can sort of be good responses to a wasteland.
Yeah, it's funny. It's like on one end.
Yeah.
It's
very good. It's very good to use reactively, but very bad to use proactively.
Yeah, exactly. So it's just kind of a matter of how he wants to approach it, and.
Repeal may or may not be good, depending on how many Delvers Elliott draws.
I feel like you keep the repeals. They're one of your only answers to
early.
Only a little bit of defense just to stall just that much more if it resolves. Obviously, what did we see Elliott doing? Countering 2 repeals with 4. He spent
his
4
hand is
cards. He spent 3 cards.
Extremely good.
Yeah.
So he had the luxury of doing that, and actually cutting off Jeremiah from anything.
But yeah, I think you keep your repeals.
So Elliott, what do you think he'll bring in?
You mentioned it earlier, Ancient Grudge, plenty of targets. Not only in the main where we saw cards like Pithing Needle, but in the sideboard where you have cards like Chalice the Void. So 2 copies of that.
Underway.
I think
Cloud Post first.
And copied with Vesuva for Jeremiah Rudolph.
Wow.
I think Vendilion Click also
yes.
For Elliott.
Fantastic start for Elliott, or for Jeremiah.
Yeah. Elliott with no turn 1 play, which is
right.
also fantastic.
Also,
for Jeremiah.
and Jeremiah with 2 Cloud Posts on turn 1 and 2.
Yeah.
And not a Wasteland to be found.
Brainstorm from Elliott, and that's resolving, and he's hoping to find maybe a Wasteland, something to do here with facing down someone with at least 4 mana on turn 3. Potentially 9 mana, depending on what other land Jeremiah plays here. Up to 9 mana on turn 3.
And at some point he'll probably need to play a colored source like a tropical island, but while your lands aren't getting wasted, it's good to copy them.
Yeah, for sure. So Elliott tanking on his Brainstorm, I think, and
Jeremiah admiring the Tarmogoyf die.
Alright.
So let's figure out his Brainstorm.
He did find a Wasteland.
And I would immediately use it before the threat of
another Vesuva, potentially.
Vesuva can actually copy
the other Vesuva, yeah.
So to speak. But before the threat of crop rotation.
Ah, good call, yep. So Expedition map for Jeremiah. Cracks at Misty Rainforest. Plays a Sensei's Divining Top off of likely a Trop, you think?
Yeah. I can't imagine this getting basic island here.
Goes with Trop. Plays the top. Trop plays the top.
Top is actually one of the worst cards to play against a Rug Delver deck. It is so mana intensive to get some value out of it. It's one of the cards that makes the Rug Delver versus Miracles deck really close. You need the top in play for the counterbalance deck to function, but it's so mana intensive that you don't always have the mana to spin it.
Sure, that makes sense. Alright, and there's
oh, wow. Elliott missing...
Miss a land drop, discard.
A land drop, discarding Ancient Grudge. Wow.
Jeremiah untaps.
Yeah. Not too happening with that.
Spinning the top.
Yep. I believe it's an upkeep top.
Yes, I think so. Sets up the top cards.
Sets up the top in record time.
And I think, are we going to see...
Cloud Post this turn. I believe there's a show and tell on Jeremiah's hand.
I thought I saw
and I'm going to almost guarantee there's a Force of Will, at least one.
Something that Elliott has, yeah. He's going to Ponder here. Ponder gets a thumbs up. We see Goyf, we see a card, we see another card that we can't see.
A Delver Goyf, probably shuffle.
Like. Yeah.
Nope,
No, he's going to keep
kidding.
whatever it is. He kept it. Ponder finishes resolving, draws his card off Ponder, and looks like he's got some sort of land.
Never mind, it was a Misty Rainforest, so.
Okay. Misty Rainforest.
I just saw the Goyf twice.
I thought I saw double Goyf too, but apparently it was Goyf Rainforest and Delver.
There's no way he missed a land on turn 3 and then played this turn. I actually like, if I'm Elliott, I actually like flashing back the Ancient Grudge on the Expedition map right now. Unless, of course, Elliott has Stifle, in which case Expedition map is a very stifleable card.
Well, first we're going to go with a Show and Tell attempt from Jeremiah Rudolph. And Elliott, Spell Pierce doesn't do it.
Spell Pierce does not do it.
He needs a Force of Will and
or a Red Elemental Blast.
Red Blast will also be effective here. Well,
the problem with Red Blast is that he doesn't want a Volcanic Island and a
another Volcanic Island.
Yeah, he doesn't want 2 Volcanic Islands. He wants one of each.
But he did go for a Volcanic Island, which makes me think there's a Red Blast.
Yeah. And Red Blast is definitely a card that you want here because it's literally impossible to win if Elliott lets the show and tell resolve.
Yeah.
It's a must counter.
So expedition map activated, not able to be stifled because Elliott was tapped out. Finds another cloud post, so we've got 10 mana available from Jeremiah.
And I do know there's a Kozilek in Jeremiah's hand.
Brainstorm from Elliott, and he's gonna have to find some kind of answer here. I don't know whether it be Wasteland or an answer to the Kozilek, but the Kozilek's gonna draw him 4 cards if it's cast.
Unless it's stifled.
Good call. Stifle will also answer
Still
that.
not the greatest thing.
You want to force plus Stifle to deal with Kozilek. I mean, because basically it's like if you have the Stifle to stop him from drawing 4 cards, you're still facing down an Eldrazi on board if you don't counter that.
Right. They're looking at being down like at least 3 cards. I believe Jeremiah's hand is. Where's his hand?
Yeah, where is his hand?
If it's in his left, that's really sketchy.
Yeah, I think it's to the side, maybe to the right.
Okay. It doesn't look like it's in his left, yeah.
And must have been over to the left.
Yeah. Oh, it's an Ulamog. It's not a Kozilek.
Oh, okay. Eldrazi, you know.
Yeah, there's also an Emrakul.
So he's got all 2 Eldrazi?
Yeah, it's 2 of the 3.
Here comes his show and tell, following up Elliott's Delver of Secrets.
Oh man,
is show and tell resolving? Oh, Emrakul, Tarmogoyf.
The monster of spaghetti.
Caracas from Jeremiah. And top activation here. Looks like he kept the Candelabra in. Yeah, look, Jeremiah does not look happy. Oh, no, he looks happy. Shaking his head. No, he's not. Oh, wait, I have an Eldrazi in play. Yeah, I guess I'll be happy.
Yeah, I think he'll live.
Yeah. He says go. And Elliott says, I'll go to game 3. So 20 minutes in, going to game 3. Elliott Wolchesky versus Jeremiah Rudolph here in the finals. This game's for all the marbles. In fact, that's strange. Why does our SCG give out marbles as prizes?
That's not even for all of them. You can win something for second.
Oh, weird.
Yeah, so we don't give out marbles. We're not playing for all of.
That's just... Well, game 3 in any case. Jeremiah Rudolph with his...
Game 3 for a large percentage of the prize winnings.
That sounds right. That's about accurate.
You gotta be accurate. Can't lie to the people.
Bombs and a carrot by Jeremiah Rudolph. No sign of the carrot this match.
Yeah.
He's,
now with 100% less carry.
He still has the bombs.
Yeah.
At least he did in that game. And Elliott studying his deck here. Is there a way he's able to take game 3? He is on the play. He does have the quicker, less mana intensive deck by a large margin.
Yeah.
And,
pretty much the largest margin possible.
Yeah, pretty much. And he's got a couple changes he's making, for sure. Jeremiah appears to have made a couple changes of his own, but he's taking a look at his sideboard, wanted to make sure to count it, make sure it's 15. Definitely a good habit to be in. Sometimes you accidentally sideboard too many or too few, and you present a non-legal deck. Looks like Jeremiah pauses in between shuffling. Maybe I want to change something.
Maybe I want
to... look, he's...
Just kidding.
I changed my mind. Shuffled about half the deck, and then I think there's something I want to take out, because that wasn't...
I do see the Tabernacle.
Yeah, I saw it too, right at the top. Siding out his Eldrazi, what? And his Titan? It's like, I'm just going to Dirtle. Gonna search for lands. Sides in Fireball. Actual Fireball.
Yeah. Magma Mine. Stroke of Genius.
Yeah.
Stroke of Genius targeting you.
He's like 12 Cloud Posts and Milieu. So
if Jeremiah has to take this Third game, I believe he needs another start where both Jeremiah gets his multiple cloud posts to start off.
Yeah, he had multiple cloud posts, needed multiple show and tells, and Elliott stumbled.
Yes.
That's basically game 2 now. Jeremiah's deck did what
I
it was
need
set up
all
to
of
do.
those.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Jeremiah's deck did what it was supposed to do: play
Yeah.
several cloud posts,
I think
get
if
an
Elliott
expedition
has
map for another cloud
a creature
post.
heavy hand, Jeremiah wins that game anyway. Even if he basically Elliott needs a ton of counter spells. That game. And obviously, if Elliott draws like he did game 1, there's not a draw in Jeremiah's deck that can compete.
Yeah, we've had a game of each player drawing pretty much the best, some of the best cards they possibly could.
Yeah, close to the actual perfect draws. So I don't think both ways, either way, I think one player is going to destroy the other. Basically, it's not going to be a struggle on either side.
You think one or the other is going to destroy the other?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not going to be a close game.
Yeah.
Yeah. Generally, when you have two decks of such disparate speeds, you want it's
the
game's
going to go
close.
one way exactly.
Yeah. And so somebody's not going to catch up to.
All right. Well, looks like they're all set. Elliott's gonna shuffle again. And then I guess that's gonna open the window for Jeremiah to shuffle some more.
Sure is. You have such good strategy breakdowns, Jerry Pascal.
Yeah, I mean, just trying to. I put him. Is the 3-minute thing enforced in the top 8 out of curiosity? Oh, it's clearly not enforced. Is it supposed to be enforced?
Yeah.
I'm just curious. I know the rounds are untimed, but I mean, 5.5 minutes.
Yeah.
It's more than 3 minutes. That's all. And I
Also,
have a feeling that Jeremiah's gonna stand up and stretch.
Oh my god. This is real.
Work it out, baby. Elliott, you don't want to do that too.
Shut your mouth, Jerry. Can't believe that just happened. Here we are complaining that they take forever to shuffle in between games, and Jeremiah just gets up and stretches like it ain't nothing.
There's a chain fun to work out right in front of us.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I can't even compose myself.
Now it's all business. I'm with Elliott, man. I'm with Elliott. He means business. He's got a tournament to win. Tropical Island, go.
And Island.
Basic Island, Senses, Divining Top. And no retort from Elliott.
Slower start from Elliott, not what he wants to see, but turn 2 Delver, not too bad.
He might have intentionally slowed down, keeping up Stifle mana.
Sure, okay, makes sense.
I don't like that play, but that might have been what happened. I doubt that Elliott just drew a Delver as much.
Fair enough, he does have Stifle in hand, so very much a possibility. So, looks like Misty Rainforest from Jeremiah, and I think just a pass back. Does Delver flip? Does Delver flip? Delver does not flip. Didn't get a look at what it was, but not a card that would flip Delver.
Yeah.
So
It was not an instant or sorcery.
Here comes Delver of Secrets for 1. Elliott, I believe it has a land. Uh,
I don't know. I might consider a main phase brainstorm because that's definitely one he has.
goes with
no, just
Scalding Tarn.
He's
Jeremiah
quite
Rudolph is Jeremiah seems to be
a little antsy.
Yeah, he was twisting the Misty Rainforest around a little bit.
Looks like an upside down show and tell. Watch that. Yeah, keep those separate, man. Jeremiah. Those are getting a little too close to his real hand.
Yeah.
It's gonna be hard to slide a hand on camera. If that's what you're into. Now you're into carrots and stretching. You make a player profile with Jeremiah Rudolph.
Alright, so he decides not to crack the Misty Rainforest.
We got the maps.
Expedition map for Jeremiah Rudolph off of the island. Elliott with several stifle targets now. If Jeremiah actually activates them. Plays a Vesuva copying island.
Doesn't want to copy Misty Rainforest?
Guess not. Look at that animation. I mean, he's as animated as Bugs Bunny.
Ooh, I would have. Oh, jeez.
Delver's gonna flip.
I am shocked that Elliott was so patient on his brainstorms.
Elliott is?
Yeah, he had a brainstorm and a fetch land to shuffle away.
Well, he flips the Delver off of a Spell Pierce, and Delver's coming in for 3, knocking Jeremiah to 16.
Now it's got the pressure. He's got a little bit of action back in the hand, but not sure if it'll be the correct amount. Jeremiah also seems to be developing a little on the slow
slowly,
side.
yeah. Brainstorm from Elliott. Gets a thumbs up from Jeremiah. Elliott resolves his brainstorm, and I believe he drew a force, land, and something else.
So I believe 2 lands went back because there's no way Elliott wants a
I don't
force
see
land.
any white border cards in his hand.
Right, and I believe Elliott still has a fetch land in his hand.
I think he does too. And there's a wasteland, so looks like he
Oh,
is
that
going
doesn't-
to he's going to wasteland something here, I think.
I don't
or is
think he can waste. Oh, can he? Does that work? I have no idea.
Yeah.
What exactly are you?
The Vesuva was an island.
Right,
Apparently
okay.
it's a non-basic island.
I see, oh, okay, I see what you're saying.
Bajuka
Ball comes down, and that's just gonna get rid of the brainstorm and the wasteland.
Not much of a loss. Yeah, Elliott needs to crack that so he doesn't draw.
Those lands that he put on top. So this is a upkeep cracked fetch land here.
Mm-hmm.
Finds a tropical island.
Apparently the Vesuva was a tropical island, not just a basic island. Jeremiah had the Vesuva under his island, like he does with his cloud posts,
Right.
indicating what they may be copying.
That's what I thought he was doing too.
Yeah.
So Elliott now getting in with Delver, flipped Delver, and Jeremiah now at 13. We're going to be dropping to 13 if this Delver hits, and I believe it has, or is in the process of hitting.
So
We did see Elliott's hand. He's got
force,
double force, stifle.
spell pierce. So pretty solid hand.
Pressure and a bunch of counter spells.
Also, yeah, 1 Delver is not the same overwhelming draw that 2 Delvers is.
Sure.
But I still like Elliott's position right here. Apparently there's also a ponder because that has reached the stack. And looking at tropical island, Nimble Mongoose Brainstorm, if I'm not mistaken. Was there a... Oh, that's okay. Misty Rainforest. Still in Elliott's hand. Maybe if he wants additional pressure. I don't think the additional pressure of a Mongoose is worth it, but Elliott disagrees with me. So
Yeah, I mean, just to shorten the clock just that little bit more, because when your opponent's land drops, like I'm just saying, like if
he
you
drew
get
days, I believe.
So he didn't get the Mongoose then.
He did not take the Mongoose. The other thing is he could conceivably... so he can Spell Pierce and Stifle, or even Daze and Stifle here.
Yeah, I like the Daze Stifle plan because, he can go ahead and do that.
That way he won't have to keep... granted, he has a bunch of extra lands. The other thing Elliott could have done is he could have used Ponder as a mini impulse and just taken the Daze, and his plan is to shuffle away the Mongoose.
Sure. And Jeremiah doesn't even bite. So it's funny. This is the second opponent we've seen play against Elliott and basically not even use their fetch lands in fear of Stifle. And so that Misty Rainforest is like not even there. It's like Elliott's played Stone Rain without having cast a spell at all.
Right.
So here comes Chalice of the Void on 1.
I mean, that's why the rogue deck's good. People live in fear of
the Stifle.
Your soft counters and just make them much, much better.
And here comes Spell Pierce. Spell Pierce takes out that Chalice of the Void.
The scary thing as a Rug player, I played Rug a little, not a ton, but a little bit. One of the scariest things is an opponent that just casts all their spells. And if you have the perfects, if you have the right counter spell at the right time, then so be it. The Vesuva comes into play, copies a Tropical Island
again.
So Elliott does decide to draw the Nimble Mongoose, although he is much closer to Threshold now than he was a turn ago. He has 4 plus a Misty Rainforest to give him 5. So an activation of a Stifle and one more spell or a Force of Will get Elliott to Threshold. He doesn't even really need it right away.
Right.
He can, if it's
plays a land.
I like playing a land. Usually you hold lands in case you draw Brainstorm. Okay, this is a very poor play for Jeremiah. If he was gonna fetch, why not fetch the previous turn?
Yeah.
And now he even knows that putting an extra card in the graveyard for Elliott is going to
get him that close.
Yeah.
Get him closer to Threshold.
So why not just do it to... He was going to stifle your land last turn.
Right.
So...
and the other funny thing is, what if Elliott had just drawn the Stifle this turn? You know what I mean? Like,
very unlikely.
Of course. But what I'm trying to say is you've been playing around Stifle the whole game, and then you finally decide to stop playing around it. Like,
right.
It was more likely for him to not have it earlier. He's actually, you're giving him turns to draw the card that you're playing around.
I have no idea how many times that's happened to me over the course of my career. Like, people are playing around a card for whatever reason, and I don't have it until they decide to stop playing around it.
Well, looks like Jeremiah successfully fetched a Tropical Island, and now he did move his Vesuva over to indicate it is copying Tropical Island, which is not what he did last time, which is what caused a little bit of confusion.
Yeah.
So, all of Jeremiah's Vesuvas this game, so far 2 of them, have copied Tropical Islands. And here comes Chalice of the Void on 1, yet again. And,
this makes not playing Stifle. If he actually kind of like just letting it go. you draw a blue card, you have double force, and just alright. You locked me out of 1 mana spells this game, and so be it. I would not use a Force of Will if I were Elliott.
Yeah, at this point he's actually resolved 2 of his best 1 mana spells, and
Yeah.
he agrees with you. Yeah, he's resolved 2 of his best 1 mana spells already on the board, and in addition to the Ponder, Brainstorm, Spell Pierce that he's cast. You know, like he's actually resolved a lot more than 2 of his best 1 mana spells. It's like kind of too little, too late at this point. And here comes a show and tell. Elliott says, "Well, I've got a non-1 mana spell to
yeah, I've got a spell I can't cast anymore to pitch, so I might as well pitch it."
Yeah, so Force of Will for show and tell.
How close does that get Elliott to threshold?
Yeah, I can't quite see his graveyard.
5?
I see 5, but I thought he already
I believe
had
that's 5.
5, and it would be 6 if you count the fetch land.
Yeah.
Elliott doesn't really need to worry about his life total because Jeremiah's going over the top. So
that's a fine draw.
Yeah, now he can hard cast Force.
Yes. I guess almost every card in Elliott's deck is a pretty good draw there.
Yeah.
If he draws a blue card, he can discard it.
Here comes an Expedition map.
Yeah.
Threshold indeed at 5. I thought it was 5, but you know, we can only see the graveyard touching the very bottom of the screen, so I thought maybe there was a card off screen.
There's not, so
it is 5.
Yeah. Actually, almost every card in Elliott's deck was a good draw there. The only ones that are bad are like Lightning
Nimble
Bolt,
Mongoose wouldn't have been great,
Nimble
right?
Mongoose, Timegriff's like okay. But even like a 1 mana, even like a dead card will probably go to the graveyard. Nimble Mongoose would give the Nimble Mongoose in play threshold.
Yeah, the way Chalice works is they can be cast, they just are immediately countered.
Correct.
Right, so he just goes, okay.
So Chalice of the Void on 2 does not do anything to an Abrupt Decay. I've actually seen this come up in their own deck, where it's in a mono artifact deck, where they'll play Chalice of the Void on 1, and then use Cavern of Souls to make uncounterable Goblin Welders.
That's actually awesome, yeah.
Yeah. Uncounterable by your cards and my own cards. I believe this is going to be Bojuka Bog.
Vesuva appears to be Bojuka Bog, so timely Bojuka Bog for Jeremiah, knowing that it was just about to hit threshold. So, passes back to Elliott. Elliott draws Brainstorm and has Force of Will in hand.
Yeah, still has Force in hand.
Yeah, at this point you just I think you just hold them, right, and just attack. Because
well, you can't cast the Brainstorm. Like, the Brainstorm will not resolve.
That's right. I'm sorry. I wasn't even thinking about that. Yeah.
All right. So Jeremiah down to 1.
Yep.
This attack.
Taking 4. A little slow on the life total update there. He was at 9, went to 5, and then
coming to play. And Force of Will from Elliott will
should seal up the game, right?
Yeah. I was just thinking on if he wants to
hard cast or not.
Yeah. Jeremiah's just like, tell me. Tell me, is there force? Is there force? And Elliott's just making him sweat. That's your style, Elliott. Just make him sweat.
Tap 5.
Tap 5.
Flash in Baneslayer Angel. There it is, Elliott Wolchesky.
Elliott Wolchesky, your Star City Legacy Open champion here in Providence, Rhode Island.
With Rug Delver.
Rug Delver.
That's a new one.
not quite.
But
I mean, I believe Bombs and Carrots would be the new archetype in the finals.
Look how excited he looks.
Yeah, just ecstatic. Just
Elliott, loosen up, buddy. You can smile. You just won the Open.
You're no longer in game mode.
Yeah, Jeremiah's more excited than Elliott, and Jeremiah lost. I mean, he did.